Welcome to First Impressions, where we give you our initial thoughts on comics, video games, movies, TV shows, or whatever we want. My name is K.C'arl Lee.
And I am Jaysen Headley.
And today we're going to be talking about comics, August...
What is that?
Damn it, 20th! August 20th, 2014. I do that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
And so let's hear about the rating system.
Alright, so as you guys know, we have a 5-star rating system. 2 stars for artwork, 2 stars for writing, and 1 very special star if we think it needs that extra bump up. Shall we get started?
Yes!
Alright.
Batman, Eternal number 20?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 20.
I don't know about this book, man.
It's at least,
losing me.
You know, it's better than the supernatural stuff. It's starting to gain its, what we liked back before. It's not bad, it's okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you, obviously we have a lot of spoilers here on First Impressions. The only thing that was really great for me in this issue was the last page where spoiler shows up and that like made the
yes, that's right.
That was the best thing in the entire issue.
That's right, yeah. Spoiler is the best part of this, like her whole new origin. Like I actually don't know too much about her previous origin and why she was called Spoiler and all that crap, but whatever it was, this is really good. I really like Spoiler. She is the best part. Though Killer Croc is kind of interesting and
I'm excited to see Gordon be, free again.
Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
But it was just okay.
What was the whole thing about Penny was right about Bard? I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 3.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin number 34. It's the second book of the Robin Rises. I haven't read it. Jaysen.
Oh my goodness! I love this issue.
I want to read it.
This issue was great. I mean, everything from Bruce Wayne like talking to family and finally apologizing for all the crap that happened in what was that whole series, The Death of the Family, and then he distracts the League so he can put on that epic suit, and he just looks so badass in that suit. Oh my god, he looked awesome in that suit. And then he, just the whole idea of the suicide mission he's going on to get Damian back is so exciting. I'll give it to them. The artwork.
Right?
Yeah, the artwork on these pages of him like putting on that suit are just so epic. And once again, guys, I don't know if you did Forever Evil just so you could write Batman and Lex Luthor bantering together, but I feel like you did because they're amazing.
Wow, Tomasi!
Yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Wow, and he's gonna be writing Superman Wonder Woman, so
that's right. That's right. Dark Engine.
Number 2. You know what? After I read the first one, I thought it was kind of interesting, but I don't know if I was going to get the second one. I ended up getting it, though I gotta tell you, initially looking through it, not really interested. I saw an image at the end, I thought, let me give it a second chance. I read it and read it very slowly, because you have to and you have to look at it very slowly to make sure you know what you're looking at. There's so many words that are used in here, it's like its own, world's language that you're just like, I don't know what the heck they're talking about. So if you read it really slowly, you kind of fill in the gaps. I thought it was great. I really, really, really kind of liked it. And there's enough mystery and intrigue, but to keep you wanting to get more, but not so much that you feel alienated. I gave it a 4 or 5.
No, okay.
I'll give it a 4.
Alright.
Good.
Dark Horse presents
number 1. This is their new format.
Yeah.
A lot of creators in this.
Yeah, it's a lot of creators, a lot of different stories, a lot of different artists. For me, it was very hit or miss. I love the opening story. I don't know too much about Kabuki, but I did think the artwork and the way they presented that was cool. There were some stories near the end that I was like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
It was very hit or miss. There was not a lot of in between for me. There was a lot of great and a lot of
I feel like the sum of it all is okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I gave it a 4.
I mean, you're getting, like, I think 4 or 5 different stories for $5. That's not bad. That's $1 per story. That's not too bad.
60 pages. It's got some great creators in there.
Yeah, it had some, and I enjoyed it for the most part. So I gave it a 4.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was like 3 out of 5 stories. What is this?
Delinquents.
Delinquents number 1. I really liked Archer and Armstrong when it came back to this new iteration, and I really wanted to like Quantum Woody because I'm a huge fan of the old Quantum Woody, and I did not like it. And so now both titles have ended, and I don't know if I was gonna get this, but I decided to, and I'm really glad I did because it's really funny, quirky, irreverent, and it's it's funny, and I like it. I really liked it. There's just a lot of little moments. It's educational. It's funny. I give it a 4 too. It's just fun and charming.
Cool.
They do like the whole fourth wall thing, you know, and it's fun banter.
That's great. Awesome. So then we have one of the biggest books this week, actually, The Fade Out, #1.
I didn't read this. And Sean Phillips.
All right. So what I will say is I will rate this out of what I think other readers should read of it. For me personally, Edward Baker is boring. Everything I read of his, I'm like, I don't care. It's just me personally. Now, just looking at this objectively, though, it is a really well-written story. It's kind of a murder mystery about this actress, and it's very interesting. If you're into a murder mystery type story and something a little old school, dealing with old Hollywood, you'll really like it. It's very Edward Baker. If you like him, you're gonna love this. So I'll give it a 4, but not really for me. So yeah.
Ultimate FF number 5. This is old. I picked it up because I read issue 4 last week, and I thought it was really interesting. It has that whole Ultimate universe that has Spider-Ham in it. It's just like, how quirky is this? And the art is cool. So I just picked it up. I didn't read it yet.
Cool. Giant Robot Warrior Maintenance Crew #1.
Yeah, this is from this publisher, Cosmic Times. You know, you never heard of it, and I've never seen this before. I looked through it. It looks like a parody of those, you know, big robot things, and it's a parody of Voltron, and I hope this is something that's funny, and I read it, and it was funny.
Yeah, it was surprising.
Oh, you did read it?
I did read it, yeah. It was surprising.
It's like a day in the life of the maintenance crew of Voltron, basically.
Yeah.
And
or even Power Rangers, like it could be either,
It's very entertaining. I'm curious where they would go from, here in the second issue, and I read the whole backstory in the back, and it sounds like underdog type of, you know, indie thing that got into Diamond and, you know, got people to buy it and look at it here. I don't know how much of an underdog they were, I really don't know, but this is something that just came out of nowhere, and we picked it up and we kind of liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to read any story that deals with, like, you know, you have just think of, like, the Power Rangers, and then you have the guys who are basically running the machine when they put it together. And that's our dog shaking right now that you hear the jingling. But you know, it's fun to read their backstory, and yeah, it was really funny. It was really entertaining.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Oh, I gave it a 4. Next up,
Infinite Crisis #2. All right. I really liked it. I mean, the art is great. I mean, like, they're picking good artists that, you know, Tom Rainey and Stefan Sejic from Death Vigil is at the back end. So they got great artists, and the story is actually really intriguing, and you know what? It's funny. The whole thing about I'm Batman.
That was great.
Who are you? I'm Batman.
You're like, which Batman?
I'm Batman.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's funny, right? And where they're going with it does seem really epic, and it almost seems like to tie into Multiversity, right?
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about later.
Right.
I really liked it. It seems fun.
You know, we read the first issue, and then I saw critically the first issue did not get very good reviews, and I still really liked the second issue. And I also have to say that we played a little bit of, and especially I have played some Infinite Crisis since we read the first issue, and that just makes this even more fun. It was fun. I like the characters. I really liked this backstory of the Arcane Green Lantern?
Yeah.
I thought his backstory was great.
They did a really good job with so many characters getting introduced.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
personalities, very distinct personalities too, right? Done very, very well. I gave it 4.
Yeah, I gave it 4 as well. A lot of 4s this week. Next up is The Life After #2. I read this, so K.C'arl read the first issue and didn't like it, and I really want you to read the second issue because it is so much better than the first issue.
Give me a second chance.
It has so much more direction. It has so much more. It's so much more compelling. It feels like a really good movie. We really understand what's going on the whole time. It's funny. It's quirky. It kind of feels like Cabin in the Woods a little bit, but in hell. I love the mythology they're building, and they're moving fast. Like the story's moving quick, and I love it. I gave this a 5.
Wow!
I really enjoyed it. I really liked it.
Oh my god, I got it.
Next up is Little Nemo. Return
to Slumberland #1. The big draw for me was the artist Gabriel Rodriguez. Is that and you know, Little Nemo is something that you kind of seem slightly familiar with, and it has to do with sleep and whatever. It looks cute, and I like the art, and so I think we both picked it up.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this artist. So
I think it's cute, very kid friendly. It's very simple, which could be a good thing too, and I don't know. I might be interested in seeing what happens in the second issue, but actually there isn't quite enough in the first issue to really grab me right now so far.
I gotta be honest, I loved it. I mean, it's very, very kid-friendly, it's very imaginative. I would give this props even if the story was even worse than this, because the artwork is so flippin' gorgeous in this book. The panel layouts are great. The story is pretty simple, but it's kind of a good, you could read this to your kids as a bedtime story. And that's really fun.
It's cute.
It's really cute. I can't say how much I love this guy's artwork enough. It's fantastic. And I gave this a 5. 3! Alright, there we go. Miss Marvel
number 7? Or is it 7?
Yeah. I hated the Wolverine matchup a lot less than I did in the first issue of this. I like where we're going. I don't really love that she's an Inhuman, but alright, I can buy it. And the artwork is really good. This continues to be a really fun series. This was like a little mini two-part arc, but now they introduced what's going to happen in the next arc. I'm really excited for it. Give it a 4.
Okay. Multiversity.
Probably the biggest book of the week.
Number 1. Right? It is huge.
Yeah.
It is huge. I didn't know where they were going with this. I thought, actually, when I first heard about it, I thought it might not be so interesting, to be honest. It was, exploring the whole multiverse and different stories from different universes, but they're actually doing a whole bigger story that involves them all, and there's some urgency in it, which makes it better, which feels like it fits right into Infinite Crisis, right?
Yeah, it really does.
And I was kind of impressed by it. I like the whole fourth wall thing, where, you're reading the book of the next universe over and all that stuff, and there's tons of, like, I don't know what you call it, fake Avengers or derivative
Oh,
Avengers,
yeah, that's great, yeah.
Or, what do you want to call it, alternate Avengers in it, and I like the whole, like, the rabbit dude is like cartoon physics.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're all,
Captain Carrot is the star of this book. Like, he makes this book. He's amazing.
I just feel like there's a lot of fun coming, and there's going to be something for everyone. If they're going to explore many different books of these different universes, there's going to be something for somebody in there, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm curious about it.
So yeah, I mean, this is a big book. The art for me is just okay. It's not one of my favorite artists ever, and there are times where it's just the slightest bit too Morrison is a crazy mofo for me, because every once in a while he just bridges that gap of going from tolerable to crazy. Every once in a while, but for the most part, I really like this book. And Captain Carrot, man, he could have his own book. I loved it. I loved him. He was great.
Okay.
What'd you give it? 4! I gave it a 4 as well. Can't wait for the next issue. It was a lot of fun. You read this. Supreme.
Supreme Blue Rose number 2. It's very much like the first one in that it's just like this dream. Like, you don't know where they're going from here to here. It jumps time, and it talks about all these metaphysical stuff, future, time, this, and...
I thought this said it's like a butthole.
It does look like a
It
butthole.
says it is like a bullet hole.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think they have, Warren Ellis said that it was actually very much like a David Lynch film, and it really is, where things just happen and you just kind of have to go with it, and there is an overarching story, and you just have to kind of keep it all together, and there's, I don't know, it's still intriguing, but I don't know, they're introducing other characters, and you can see where they're coming from. They're from the rest of the, universe where Supreme comes from, and but they're just different. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm curious about the next issue. I gave this a... Oh, I didn't rate it.
Nope. Now is your time.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
3. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really... It's a... you have to really pay attention and read this, otherwise you're gonna know what the fuck's going on. I almost wanted to give it a 4, though.
Yeah. Alright, next up, Teen Titans, number 2.
I don't know, I like this new iteration. The art is fun, the direction is fun, because it's not like the previous where it's all superheroing all the time. It's like individual characters, it's not even the whole group doing their own thing. I really liked it. I like the direction of this so far.
I have to tell you, I hate how much I liked this.
Oh!
I really liked it. I don't think they'll do this because DC never does the things that I really want them to do. They kind of skirt around it. I'm talking about Dick Grayson staying as Batman, for example. But man, Bunker would make a great villain. And I feel like the setup for him to become a villain is so good, because he's so angry.
Interesting.
And he's kind of crazy, and he's kind of overly violent. And I would love for him to turn into the villain for the Teen Titans. That would be so great, because he is such a cool character.
That is interesting.
And
there
a
lot of cute, funny things too, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of cute little funny things.
And they didn't seem super forced.
I loved
Pony,
Krabby Cat.
Krabby Cat was in some other book too. That was mentioned, right?
That was hilarious.
It was mentioned. Krabby Cat was mentioned in another book. I can't remember what book it was.
But that was really funny having having Garth train him. I liked the artwork in this one a lot more than the first issue, and I like the cover because it's not crazily disproportionate like the first issue was. I don't know what that was, but this is much better. And Manchester Black,
from Justice League Elite. I don't know if that's where he's from, and also that character at the end, who's that revealed character, is that Ladytron? That's what I was thinking, Ladytron from Wildcats. Anyways, I was kind of excited that might be a possibility. I thought Beast Boy as a little elephant was super cute, and art was great. 4.
Alright, I gave it 5, believe it or not.
Yeah. I actually almost gave it a 5.
You know what I want to mention? I want to mention really quick in 2 seconds. This in the bottom of every book where you're telling me next month is all going to be Future's End. Oh my god, it's going to be a hard sell for me to like any books next month.
But I hate
Future's End.
I gotta say though, some of them might be worth.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they're, I think some of them might.
I want to know what's going on with this next, not what's going on in 5 years next. Up next, Wicked and Divine, number 3.
I didn't read it.
I gotta tell you, this is definitely a book. I'm someone who really speed reads, like I really fly through books, but this is a book that I really have to slow down with because there's a lot going on that I feel like is not explained, and if it is explained, it's explained at the very end of the book. I still love the artwork, I still love the world, I want to know more, but man, you're really making me like grasp for straws at some points and trying to figure out what's going on. That being said, it is really intriguing. The characters are really cool. It's just, I feel like a lot is thrown at me, but with very little explanation, so I'm hoping that we get a little bit more explanation in the future, which I'm sure we will, because that's kind of the typical way that these books are handled from this creative team. But yeah, I did still really like it. 4. And finally, Sensation Comics featuring Wonder Woman number 1. Here's what I gotta tell you. If Wonder Woman is one of the best books in the DC universe, please don't release something that's so derivative and silly and kind of pointless. I mean, listen, the first story in this deals with Wonder Woman going to Gotham and handling Gotham her own way. It's fun, it's cute, but considering how good the Wonder Woman book is, this feels really cheap and like thrown. It's like someone in a conference room was like, oh, let's make Wonder Woman go to Gotham. And they're like, oh, that's a great idea. And make that guy do it. Like, it doesn't feel like there was much care or thought put into it. The second story, again, kind of cute. Like, Wonder Woman does this big thing, and then there's this boy watching it on his iPad, and he's like, oh, I like Wonder Woman. His friends are like, you like girls. And then she shows up and, like, makes him feel good. It's cute, but it doesn't really provide me with anything. Okay. I probably wouldn't read another issue.
Oh, damn.
So, I give it a 2.
Whoa! That is pretty bad. Oh, man.
Especially considering how much I love Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Book of the week!
Alright, what did you think? What was your book of the week?
You know what? I gotta tell you something about my book of the week. Or rather, I'm not even sure what it is, but I have to say something about Teen Titans there's something that's exciting about it that is reminiscent of how excited we were about Grayson. Do you know what I mean? There's something very new and fresh about it. These 2 books
not as good as Grayson,
super fresh,
but I did like it. Yeah.
Fresh and clean.
Yeah.
So like for me, out of all the books, I actually want to say Teen Titans, even though I give it 4, only because it's fun, and I'm looking forward to it, and I enjoy reading it. Versus the other ones, I had to kind of work to enjoy it. It's fun or interesting, or you know what I mean. You had to work a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Teen Titans was just.
It was really fun.
I enjoyed reading it, and I want to read more, and it was easy. It was like Grayson. It has that energy, something about it. It just has something, and so I would give it to Teen Titans myself.
Cool. I mean, I would definitely give Teen Titans an honorable mention for me. It's almost there for me, but I'm gonna give it to The Life After.
Oh.
I really liked issue 2. I can't wait.
Wow.
No book this week did I finish and go, man, I can't wait till the next issue, other than The Life After. I finished the issue, I was like, oh my god, what happens next? Like, if it was a trade, I would have just kept reading, because it was awesome.
Wow.
So yeah. That clarifies that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, listen. A lot of you, we've had some comments from you guys. We love that. We love talking to you. We're hoping to do more video game reviews. We're hoping to do more of that. Movie reviews. We're going to be doing a lot of TV reviews when TV season picks up. So
Diablo 3.
Oh yeah, we're going to try and do a Diablo 3 review. Maybe.
We were going to. But
the problem is, in order to do a Diablo 3 review, we'd have to stop playing Diablo 3. And DC Universe Online. We'd have to stop playing those to review them. So maybe we'll see. But please like us on Facebook, let your friends know about the show. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, at Carl K. Lee, at Cucamonga Cat. You can also follow us in our weekly blogs that we do as well to get to know us a little bit better, and we'll put the links to those in the description. And finally, we talked about this last week, but I want to give one more call out. Carl Lee here is going to be in a film called Revenge of the Green Dragons. There is a trailer out. You guys should check it out. It's going to the Toronto Film Festival, so if you're in Toronto, you should check it out. But if you're not in Toronto, it will be in theaters in October. It looks to be an excellent gangster film from the people who brought you the film that The Departed was based on, and also Martin Scorsese. Right, and also Martin Scorsese produced it, and it's going to be awesome. Cool?
Thanks, Jaysen.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so we will see you guys next week.